She already knows you're going to fail before you even open your mouth. You're standing 10 feet away, heart hammering against your ribs like a trapped bird, and she's already felt your desperation. It's not your clothes or your face. It's the predatory stillness of a man who's overthinking his next move. Look at the room. A high-ceilinged lounge, the scent of expensive bourbon and stale perfume hanging in the air. The lighting is dim, casting long, dramatic shadows against the walls. She's sitting on a velvet stool, the condensation from her drink leaving a damp ring on the wood. She isn't looking at you, but she is aware of you. She sees the way your eyes dart toward her and then snap away when she turns her head. She notices the tension in your jaw, the way your hand keeps adjusting your watch, as if looking for a distraction. You feel a cold drop of sweat trace a path down your spine. Your throat is like sandpaper. You're waiting for a sign, a smile, a glance, a perfect opening that will never come. Here is the trap. You think you're being respectful by waiting. You tell yourself you're being polite by observing her from across the room, making sure she isn't in the middle of a conversation. You don't want to be that guy, the intruder, the creep, the nuisance who interrupts her night. You have a genuine desire for connection, a fear of causing discomfort. But in the silent, hypersensitive language of human behavior, your hesitation is a vibrating alarm. To her, a man who waits is a man who is auditing his own value and finding it lacking. You've already surrendered the frame. By trying to be safe, you've become invisible. Or worse, you've become a threat. You aren't a creep. You're just a man playing a high-stakes game without the manual. The pivot begins with the 3-second rule. It's not a gimmick. It's a biological necessity. At second 4, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain designed to keep you safe and small, begins to manufacture 1,000 excuses. It builds a prison of what-ifs. To break the wall, you must move before your brain can betray you. You move with the heavy, unhurried pace of someone who owns the floor. No rushing, no frantic energy, just a calm, inevitable progression through the space. As a behavioral detective, I want you to watch her micro-expressions as you approach. Don't look at her eyes yet. Look at her shoulders. Are they tense? Do they drop as you arrive? Most men approach to get something, a number, a laugh, a validation of their existence. But the mastery lies in the opposite. You approach to share the gift of your presence. When you reach her, you don't lead with a question that demands her energy. You don't ask for permission to speak, because that gives her the power to say no. Instead, you lead with a grounded observation. And here is where you use the Pratfall Effect. You lean into a small, human clumsiness. You aren't a perfect, robotic alpha. You're a man comfortable enough in his own skin to be imperfect. Maybe you admit the crowd is overwhelming, or you struggle for a second with the heavy bar stool. Perfection is a mask that creates distance. Vulnerability, when delivered from a place of strength, is the ultimate social lubricant. It tells her subconscious, I am so secure in who I am that I don't need to impress you. A truly grounded man doesn't react to her tests. If she's cold, he doesn't get colder. He stays warm and unbothered. He observes the dynamic like a scientist. He notices the way she tilts her head, the way her pupils dilate in the dim light. He is the one who decides if she is interesting enough to keep his attention. He sets the emotional boundaries. He is charming, yes. He is attentive. But he is always ready to walk away with his dignity intact the moment the value exchange becomes one-sided. Why does this work? Why does a man who was invisible 60 seconds ago suddenly become the center of her universe? It's time for the reveal. Beneath the layers of modern social etiquette lies a brutal, ancient mechanism called the propinquity principle. Most men think attraction is about being the best specimen in the room. Evolution says otherwise. The propinquity principle dictates that the brain rewards familiarity and physical proximity with a sense of safety and liking. By simply occupying her space with a calm, non-threatening frequency, by moving close and staying there without desperation, you trigger a subconscious, biological kill switch on her stranger danger response. You cease to be a predator or a guest. You become a part of her immediate environment. You become a known quantity in a world of unknowns. You haven't tricked her. You've simply aligned yourself with the way her brain was designed to perceive value. The walls you see in front of you aren't real. They are built of your own hesitation. If you're tired of being the silent ghost in a world that belongs to the bold, it's time to change the frequency. Mastering these high-status dynamics isn't a matter of luck. It's a matter of understanding the hidden motives and silent signals that govern every second of human interaction. Join the inner circle at Beyond Attraction Psychology. Stop being the man who waits and start being the man who leads.